Yeah, and I thought about calling you, but I thought,
I was
"Ah,
praying,
you're
and
bad."
I didn't know how I fly in here and I gotta check a couple fields going home, so.
well, we might not be done by that. That's happened before.
It ain't gonna happen tonight.
I hope not.
Number one, the days are longer.
Yeah.
It all depends on if we're gonna get this equipment on.
If we can make it life size.
That looks way too complicated.
It's not a lot of fun.
Need a 12 volt.
Yes. That might be too old though.
Right down your way, John? Just right?
We're still kind of drive out this far in this mud already.
Yeah, we see that today. The Lincoln IDs look pretty wet.
RV's just right as always. RV's just right as always.
Good living.
Yeah, pretty much.
A lot of good
We're
people there.
actually, we were driving far. We hadn't had anything over a half inch all spring. We got an inch just
Is it on your page, Jana?
Monday.
Yes. Planning and zoning. And then on the right hand side it will have LTS. I'm gonna have to replace the one on the license in minutes.
Okay.
Oh, he's not in the city.
Wait.
That's no more.
That's
Oh,
it.
really? Where do you move?
He's out here on the edge of town.
That's not city limit?
Nope, that's-
Close it.
No, that's close enough. We're splitting hairs here.
You can take mine.
Well, you got some more town then.
Well, I'm just saying, you can find somebody else.
Well, no, I know what you were saying.
He's now living in Johns.
Okay, 7:00, call the meeting to order. We actually have two meetings tonight, if you want to see that, if you look at the agenda. We have a conditional use permit by LTS Telecommunication Services.
I sent it out to everybody, so you should.
Everybody should have had half of where it went, miscellaneous information on it.
We did bring it up yesterday at the meeting that was held here when Oshkosh was here, because it was just that.
Oshkosh, Manfred,
And
and
Manfred.
St. Anna.
There's three.
Okay, and they were, all had at least someone here, I believe.
Yep.
So, they knew that there was a telecommunications looking to bury a fiber optic. And told them that, did anybody reach out to you?
Yeah, I had a couple, and they asked me to ask a few questions, just for their own curiosity, I guess. They're asking where does the line end and what company or what purpose is it for?
So, LTS Telecommunication Services USA, I'm AJ Neal, representative for them. So we're the owner of the utility, we're a registered utility here in the state of North Dakota. The route that we're building, goes all the way to the Canadian border, and, it ends in Omaha, Nebraska.
Wow,
Quite the mileage.
it's a long wire.
Then, just for everybody here, why are you veering off and having to go with a kind of a route that gets around? Because I think you're following 52.
Yeah, for the most part, we're following, state DOT. I believe there's a levee, along the highway there that, was gonna be a challenging, construction. Most of this work is plowed in with a large plow or drill in it. We're not able to go with the directional drill. So the terrain is easier to go through in this area, but for the most part, we do, strive to stay on DOT right away for this project.
questions that Mark Higgins was asking. He's like, at what depth are you putting fiber optics and have you called one call?
So our preference is to install at least 42 inches deep. If there's a request, we can evaluate that. There's a deeper depth, but our standard depth is 42 inches. Typically, cables like this are buried around 36 inches, but we're going an extra 42 inches. From a one call perspective, no, we have not yet called one call, but we would not start digging without valid locates. We've been in contact with 811 here in the state of North Dakota. We have regularly scheduled meetings with them to ensure that we do have adequate people to locate the existing facilities that would be out there. But yeah, we remain proper separation from them during construction.
Is this placed in the highway right away?
Yes, this is within the right of way.
That's all of them.
Any other questions?
And of course, we were cautioned for a lot of things to stay out of the highway right away. The fiber optics is so minimally obtrusive, I don't know that this is at our last 6 county.
Right.
Okay, but obviously when you're talking about pipelines and things like that, that's very, there's a lot of, this is gonna be a cut basically.
Yeah, once we'll fully restore the right of way, as is or better condition than it is now. So yeah, there's going to be minimal invasion to the public there.
And do you bore when you cross a road?
Yeah, so we would only be plowing into open areas, and then if we need to cross a driveway or road or whatever, we directionally go that.
Any other questions?
How big is it?
The pipe itself.
Sure.
So we're installing 3 pipes. There's a 1.25 inch, or there's 2 1.25 inch pipes, and then where we have we call a 4-way future path that has 4 27 millimeter pipes in it. So the overall, that's 2.61 inches in diameter, and the other 2 are 2.25 inches. So about that size.
7 minutes, about that.
Yeah,
size.
about that size.
That's plowed in.
Yeah. Yeah. We use like a D6 dozer to plow it in with a brawn plow.
Any other questions? If not, I would entertain a motion to approve the conditional use permit.
I'll make one.
Commissioner Johnson, second. Commissioner McVeigh. Any other questions or discussions or concerns?
Can I get 3 items?
Unfortunately,
That sounds
unfortunately,
like
that is not an option at this time.
Will people along the route be able to get 3 items?
There you go.
Unfortunately, not at this time.
But soon.
You will meet with the commissioners on this at your next July meeting, which is July 7th, and then I will send you, if you're not here, I will just email
Okay.
a copy of it to you
Sure.
guys.
All right. Well,
They're fairly easy group to get along with, so you can rest assured that.
yeah. If there's further questions from them, we're happy to answer them. One of the things I think we told Ms. J and I before is that before starting construction within the county, if there's any type of pre-construction meeting with anyone to just drive out the route once we have the locates down or anything like that. We're very open to that. Having those meetings, we've had a lot of success with that in the past, just to make sure everyone's fully understanding of where it'll be placed within the right of way once the locates are there. And those types of things are our standard protocol. So once we have that, the official approval, we'll look through that and schedule it. We'll be looking to get in here late summer or fall to actually do the work.
Anything else? Not called for vote, all those in favor, signify by saying aye. Opposed? Carried. That's our only agenda item, meeting adjourned. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks. Appreciate you guys taking the time to
Do that.
be here with us.
Need this for anything else, John?
Yeah, not yet. Don't put that up.
Okay.
I would have done that out longer, but you want to go home like that, so.
Actually, we had that meeting today, because they were putting on
We talked about ordinance yesterday, and
So
I
this
said there was
isn't
20.
updated, because I can't delete it off of the website, because someone knows.
So Western's with us?
No, so Forward, Wells, and Western all have their own. Everybody else except for Rustlin have signed with the county, other than I know Brendan is working on establishing their own, they're just on it until they get.
There's
that
31 or
established.
32, I said 29, I was close.
Well, always having their own.
Valhalla has their own, oh yeah, Valhalla has their own, sorry, I
Right.
missed that one.
So that's 5, 6, 31. But one still doesn't have any, right?
The Rustlin Township.
Has Bremen got their own too?
We came to learn on the comprehensive plan, we're working on it. We got a lot to learn.
Whatever, I'm
We're
glad,
all
I
learning
mean,
on the.
Why don't you do a comprehensive plan and then we'll just kind of chime in?
Yeah, let's do one together.
Sorry for all the emails.
I appreciate the emails, I do.
Okay, so when it comes to, yeah, hold on, please. I'm gonna do that. Okay, so would you want to pull up the zoning ordinance 2008 updated 2025? Okay, that one's the first one. Oh, and then also pull up the wind turbine one. Yeah. Yep. Okay, I'm ready.
I'm ready?
Yep.
All right, all in order. Any additions or changes to the agenda that you have in front of you? This is now a regular zoning meeting. First item is reverse setbacks on the wind turbines.
Okay, so
Yeah,
would you?
will explain that.
Yep,
please.
so would you wanna go down to 12.1.3.31?
getting close. There it is.
Okay. So I have had many discussions with several individuals about reverse setbacks. And here it states that building permits will not be issued to construct any proposed habitable structure within 5,280 feet or 1 mile from any existing turbine. I was at the Valhalla Township several zoning meetings, and a lot of the consensus is what is the question is what is the purpose of the reverse setback and why is it there? Because property owners feel like they should be allowed to build within that mile because it is their property. Or if it is their property within that 1 mile. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah, and then actually the project is there, so you know what it's gonna look like versus a projected project. So I was curious what the thought process there. I'm not picking on the idea, I'm just trying to figure out the thought process.
Yep, and so the option for a variance, meaning that they have to apply for that variance if they wanted to be within 1 mile. Now, Valhalla Township is they have copied ours wind turbine policy, and they plan to take the reverse setback completely out.
And I would think that if you decide there's a wind tower there and I decide to build a new home half a mile away, I know what I'm getting into. So I don't see why it would have a great deal of relevance.
That's my train of thought also. You know the tower's there, it's your land, you want to sign off and build, go for it.
As long as whatever it is you're constructing doesn't have a negative impact on the item that's already there.
What do the wind power people say though? They don't want any kind of building within a certain number of footage in case blade falls off.
But
the
where
ice
did
stuff,
this,
or-
and that's one of the things that you're listing, obviously, if you build close to it, but what was the setback before we dealt with it? I'm forgetting it.
1,250 feet.
1250? So I mean, we're at less than a quarter of a mile there. Buyer beware, so to speak, I guess, and that's, but as long as it doesn't inhibit the wind tower in this case, or you put up shade and you can't see the solar panel anymore, I guess that would be problematic, but it's your property.
So if you don't want nobody living close to you, you put up a wind tower and nobody can build close to you, you gotta reverse it.
Well, they can
Well,
apply
I
for a
know.
variance,
They
but
can.
yeah.
No, the variance was about them staying away from you, not the
Well,
other
here
way
it
around.
says,
Correct.
option for variance is available, which.
Right, but
means-
what would the wind tower people say? They wouldn't
Well, when
want
Lucas-
they wouldn't want a house 200 feet from a tower.
No,
But
but,
when Lucas was there at that Valhalla one, he's like, yeah, I don't know where that's even there, 'cause it doesn't bother us.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
That's what was told to us anyway, I don't know.
it seems odd.
Right,
Right. Yeah. Right. So you want to eliminate it? Or you can change it to a small number.
'cause you don't want.
You gotta stand up, Joe. I just had one quick question, so who would vote on that? I don't care if it's a wind tower, data center, battery storage. If someone wanted to choose to move close to a project like that, would it be your guys' vote, or would that
Well, they,
entity
the
have
way
a
that
vote
it's
in it
written
too?
now is that they would have to come to us for a variance to be able to build within.
And it
that
would be
lot.
only you guys voting?
Well, it would come to us first, and then it would go to the county commission, yes.
So whatever
But not the
entity,
entity.
not that entity,
Right, yeah.
that was my other question on
Yeah.
that. Okay.
I
Thank you.
mean, obviously, we could let you know and
Right,
whatever, but the ultimate decision would lie with the two boards.
and I would just as soon have that decision made locally.
Right, yep.
How'd that get put in there?
Because it was Burley
I
County.
copied and
suspect
pasted
it's just.
It was
standard.
wordage from a different
From the one we bought.
car.
But,
Well,
I think it was Burley County. if I remember
we gotta
correctly.
That's what it was.
What their reason
Yeah.
was for having
Well,
I mean,
in
I
Burley
agree.
County, when you think about the population of Burley County, and it's growing substantially more than we are.
Right. What do you wanna do? You wanna eliminate it?
What's the, I mean, they can apply for a variance, what's the downfall of that, just saying, hey, I wanna build there and,
It's more just paperwork and the fact that if the property owners are like, why do I have to come and ask you?
Yeah,
what is my
yeah, I just don't,
Okay,
I don't get it. You know, you allowed the, whatever to be there in the first place, it's still your land.
Mhm.
What is your wishes?
So if whatever we do tonight, for any motions, changes to our ordinance, I will throw at the next public hearing as well, so we'll have that conditional use permit and any motions too, because we have to have a hearing. on it, too.
Yes, I hear this.
Yeah.
That wasn't it.
Yeah. What do
Yeah,
you mean?
so then I have another one.
Oh, the other one, okay, okay.
So I would,
We have to have it anyway.
I've got a question on this. Let's say the wind tower's on this property, and I own this property, and I wanna build on my property, but it's closer than what the setback
That's,
is.
that would mean that you couldn't within 1 month, even though the wind tower isn't on your property, but you wanna build within that mile, then you would have to come for a variance.
and it's the same thing, that's your property. You wanna
What I'm
be-
saying, it's not, the wind tower's on somebody else's property, and you wanna build closer to
Right.
it.
Then you would have to come for a variance under the way it's written right now.
Even if you're building on your own
Yes.
property, but it's closer
Yeah.
to the wind tower that's not on your property.
Right. Yep.
I'm just wondering, is this protecting things like this, or is this just making things more complicated?
So the option for a variance in that regard, the reason it was written in there, I believe, is due to the fact that you cannot take away from property owner rights. They still have the right to do with their property as they wish. That's why the option for variance is listed. But right now, the way it's written is if wind tower is here, you own this quarter and you wanna build, say, a shop or a house or something here, you would have to come for a variance even though you're not getting any of the benefits of a wind tower right now.
trying to rationalize how that got put into place, but a Burley County or something, if you had a wind tower where there was a populated area, I'm thinking and guessing it's protecting the wind farm people because they don't want 15 lotted houses within a couple hundred feet of a tower,
Whether it's their land or not.
whether it's their land or not.
Right.
I'm just wondering where this come from.
I
I'm
think
in Dan's
subdivisions.
camp that we should just eliminate it, but I'm wondering how it got there in the first place.
And then I guess if you look at where they have wind towers north of Bismarck, there ain't nothing else around those things. Nothing, there just is pasture land and ag land and things of that nature, so I would be in the camp of rural.
Okay.
So the motion.
Is that a motion?
Yeah.
Motion by Dan to remove 12.1.3.31 entirely. Is there a second?
I'll second it.
Any other discussion, concerns, questions?
We have enough population issues, we should be happy with innovating.
That's right. Build it anywhere. Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. 4, this is kind of an interesting one.
Would you wanna go to 8? Okay, the other ordinance, yep, 8.2.7.2. Where's the bottom of the ordinance?
Maybe a test on this, I believe.
Don't ask me, I will fail miserably.
7.2.
Okay. So, let's see, 1, 2. No alteration of the conditional use shall be permitted unless approved by the zoning commission, or the zoning commission has approved or conditionally approved an application for a conditional use. Such approval shall become null and void within 12 months of the date of the zoning commission action unless the use is commenced, construction is underway, or the current owner possesses a valid building permit. The reason I bring this up is because I was contacted by Scott from Garrison Virgin, I don't remember his last name.
God, man, yeah.
And he wanted to know how long the application was good for, or we were both at one point under the assumption it was good for 12 months, and if he would have to reapply with the same fee, meaning that $2,000 fee, again, for a second time, if it was last. Now, under this, the way I read it, and please correct me if I'm wrong, but if they have, and he is reading it the same way, if they have, they have started construction or entering the pipeline in, but they do not finish it within 12 months, because they have started construction, they would not need another application.
Correct.
Now, the problem that I'm seeing with it, and maybe I'm wrong